Good evening, Steve Brinton from the Muscle Testing Academy. It's been a while since I've quoted this, but here it is. With lightning-like speed, the muscles of your body go instantly weak in the absence of truth. The muscles in your body go strong in the presence of truth, or that which promotes life. So check it out. Give us some thoughts. And if you take a look up in the sky, there's a beautiful half moon. Amazing, already brightly shining and cut right in half. The sun shining on it. Another beautiful sunset going on over here to my right. And so keep an eye out. Take a look up there, and you can see some really great views. I got this amazing 15 by 56 binoculars I use. Set them up, stare at that moon. It's just amazing, beautiful, and with half a moon, you can see even into the part that's not lit. So it's a beautiful moon tonight. So here's a conversation. Excuse me. You know, every day I wake up going, what am I going to say tonight on my Facebook Live video? What can I say that would be of any value? And I just kind of listened to the day. And the last client of the day had some powerful conversations that got spoken. And she said, yeah, feel free to share it. So here's the conversation. It's twofold. You know, she's a person dealing with divorce, okay? And in that divorce, she's working through all kinds of stuff. And we're cutting all the cords, letting go of all the attachments. And two things came up. One of them was, excuse me, let me check over here. Okay, there we go. Sorry. One of the things that happened was she realized that, in fact, in working with another person, her chiropractor, she realized that she gave her heart to her husband at the very beginning of their marriage. She gave her heart to him because, like, you know, when we're young and we're naive and we're all in love, like, I give you my heart. And, you know, if you ever read Khalil Gibran's book, The Prophet, when he talks about marriage, he says, don't give your heart in each other's keeping. It's not working. And she was concerned about, you know, I gave my heart away, and what am I going to do? And so with the muscle testing tools, we identified that was true. We got a strong on the muscle testing response when we asked if she gave her heart to him. And I said yes. And where was it? Put in a box, tucked away in a closet, clearly not shining out in his life. And so she was not quite sure what to do with it. So I said, well, let's check and see if that's in your best interest, according to Christ, if he has your heart. And it said, no, it's not. And we kind of talked about, you know, don't cover your candle with a bushel. You know, put on a hill. And if your heart's tucked away in somebody's cardboard box and put it away in a closet, it can't do anybody any good. So realizing, yes, it would be in her best interest to reclaim her heart. So don't think I'd ever done that with anybody, but when you start doing the muscle testing, the words just come, how to like take care of that. And when we're all done, she was clear, like, I have my heart back. Okay, I have my heart back. So it's right here, I can feel it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We do a little thank you for having filled the measure of your creation, having served your purpose, your function, role. Thank you, thank you. And so she did that. And even on the way home, she sent me a text that she had sent to him and basically told him what she had done. And thanked him for keeping it for all these years. And now, like, she was taking it back and taking it back. And it was presented kindly. It wasn't any kind of negative stuff. So that was amazing. Amazing thing to do. I've never done that with a person, but in the muscle testing, stuff comes up. It just presents. And when you just stand like, I don't know where it's going to go, it presents and some really great things happen. So she's like, you got my heart back. And that was kind of sad because that was kind of a negative connection to him. And sometimes you want those negative connections because it seems better than no connection at all and not knowing where you're going. So one of the questions I had was like, I don't know where I'm going. Do I go to school? I have this much time left on spousal support. Oh my gosh. Thank you. And I said, well, let's just slow down and identify that, you know, all those concerns about the future that hasn't happened yet. She's right here now and not knowing what to do. It's like not knowing, should I go to school? Should I get new training? She already has some really good skills in some things. And so we just talked about what she was feeling. She said, I'm feeling confused, like indecisive. I said, no, how about if we try, you feel like you don't know? And it muscle tested as yes. Wasn't being indecisive, wasn't being confused. It was just like she didn't know. She'd had an inciting event in her life, the divorce. She's been working through it for a while, cleaning up all the broken pieces and conversations that were left hanging inside of her and cleaning those out. And now she's standing in this place like, I don't know. We talked about not knowing. You know, there's those things we know. We know that we know, and there's things we know we don't know. Okay? But in those two realms, really not much really happens. You can't go educate yourself into an answer on that. So the reality was, how about if we just stood in not knowing, like, I don't know, and it's okay to stand in I don't know. That is a very scary place for most people to hang out. And as she declared that she was a yes for standing in I don't know and not knowing, she goes like, ooh, not knowing is a very holy place to stand. And the question is, why would not knowing and standing in not knowing be a holy place? So if you remember the circles, first circle is truth. God hangs out there. Your true self hangs out there. Second circle over here on the left is not truth. It's your interpretation. It's the chatter. It's a part of your mind that's always going. So go with me now to Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Verse 5 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lord's over here in first circle, okay? And with all your heart, put your heart there, okay? Then it says, lean not unto your own understandings. Well, your own understanding is second circle chatter. It says, trust here, not here. Don't lean on this. This wants to figure out all the answers. It wants to be safe. It wants to be in control. It wants to be right. It's terrified of being wrong, afraid of making mistakes. It wants to be justified. It wants to win and not lose. And it's pretty committed to being a victim. Okay, so that second circle is pretty committed to being a victim. That's where all the chatter. Lean not unto thine own understandings. Then it says, and all thy ways acknowledge him. So in everything about life, all thy ways, acknowledge that God's hanging out. He's running that show. Now that's kind of scary because we still want, over here in second circle, we want to be in control, we want to be predictable, we want to run the show, we want to know the answers before we even ask the questions. And then the last part of that verse says, and he shall direct thy paths. So when you stand in not knowing, that place of not knowing, you stand over in second circle. You quiet all the chatter, all that second circle, all your understandings, all that chatter, quiet that down. It wants answers. It wants to solve things. It wants to do all kinds of stuff. You stand in that first circle not knowing. And as you stand there, it's a very quiet, almost empty place. Can be kind of frightening. But it is a holy place to stand. So standing and not knowing is a really, really powerful place for you to stand when you've tried a lot of stuff. And it's time to just wait upon the hand of the Lord. So consider that. Where in your life have you had an inciting event? This person had a divorce. She's working through her stuff. And she come to that point now where she reclaimed her heart, took it back. She revoked all the contracts and agreements, the fear-based contracts and agreements she had made with her ex for her to hand her heart over to him into his care and caretaking. And that's another conversation yet. For her to stand in not knowing is a very, very powerful place. And she stood there again. She said, this is a very holy place to stand in not knowing. So I asked the question, can you quiet down the thinker brain enough? When you don't know what the answer is, can you just be quiet and stand? I don't know. And refuse to go into the chatter. Refuse to go looking for the answer someplace else. Just stand there and go to God and just talk about, I don't know. And I'm going to stand here not knowing until you reveal to me, till something shows up in my life. I'm not going to move from not knowing. So I invite you to take a look, go look in the mirror. Where is it? And I'm trying to solve things. I don't know the answer. What if I could just stand and not knowing there and wait for some revelation, for some inspiration, for some guidance. So there's a story. Thank you to that person who said, feel free to share everything that we did in this session with them. I just won't share her name. And that's not necessary. So thank you. Have a great evening. Go outside, take a look at the moon. Beautiful half moon. Gorgeous. Take a look at these amazing flowers. They're back on again. I just love these bougainvilleas. Don't want to hug them, but I love the view of them. So take care and love you.